My name is Malek Akhmiss, main actor of The Sea is Behind.
Okay.
Okay.
My name is, I am Hicham Lasri, writer and director of the Moroccan film The Sea is Behind. The film is about the tragedy of a dancer, a male dancer who wears women clothes and dances in the streets of Casablanca.
Question, a technical question, why black and white? What aesthetic
Pourquoi
choice?
le noir et blanc?
The picture is black and white because I wanted to have some kind of surreal flavor to it. For me, this is a metaphor about a situation in our countries, and by countries I mean in the Arab world. And for me, it's not interesting to have it documentary style like my previous movie. I didn't want to have accurate for a movie for the reality. This is not a realist movie. So I wanted to be like some kind of dream, a weird dream or nightmare. So the black and white is interesting because that, and also because the color is a dramatic thing in the movie issue. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's simple. This is the two things about the black and white.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What does the sea represent when you talk about? Yeah.
This is it's a reference about Arab history. This is one hero during the Crusades who went to Andalusia, and invade Andalusia, and because all the soldiers were afraid, so he burnt the ships, the boats, and he told to all the guys, the sea is in front, is behind you, and the enemy is in front of you. So you don't have just to be patient. You don't have. There is no alternative.
So when you talk about Arab, what are you talking about? What does it mean to Arab countries or Arab culture? What is there?
There is some kind of since the Arab Spring. This is the situation is different, but not for the good. For me, I think there is some kind of malaise.
Malaise.
No, yeah, I know what it means.
Yeah.
But it's more like a psychological malaise.
Bad feeling, you know.
People, it's an uncertain moment for the Arab people. It's difficult to be there and difficult to try to go forward. There is no real future now because we're always living in the post-colonial time in certain manners. And for me, it's really important to just spot that, showing that, and not being in the telling things. Just I wanted to have feelings about this kind of nightmarish situation in our countries, and for me, probably because it's a story about loss, grief, suffering. For me, it's important to be in this area.
So there's no place for healing yet.
What I think is we have to stop denying that we are injured.
Okay. You deny it still. Okay.
Yeah. I think people we are trying to make things too fast, so we are not conscient.
Aware.
We are not aware that there is real issues. We can't go. By going too fast, we didn't lose all the bad things we have in our societies, in our culture, in our way of seeing the world. Because after Saddam, there is other problems. You know, by killing one guy, we don't resolve all the problems of a nation. And I'm trying to play with this stuff and trying to get these bad feelings. And really, it's difficult to show the film, for example, in my country because I am showing what is really bad and people don't want to see it. People want to laugh, want to enjoy, to dance and make something different. And we don't want to understand that we have lost something and we are bad and we have injuries and we have to stop and to take time to go to put some sparadra.
To heal.
Bandage to heal.
So how do you think the problems are being represented or shown in the film? The current problems of Morocco, but you say it's even for the entire Arab region. Do you understand my question?
Le problème de comment c'est.
How does the film treat it? You know, like visually.
Comment le film traite visuellement ces problèmes-là de la société marocaine?
Bah oui, au Maroc, il y a toujours ça, il y a toujours des problèmes, il y a toujours des trucs ça veut dire qu'on n'accepte pas l'autre, c'est normal, qu'on n'accepte pas la différence, c'est normal. L'autre qui est différent, on ne l'accepte pas au Maroc.
In Morocco, we do not accept the difference of the other.
On n'accepte pas. Par exemple, la minorité, on est un petit peu, c'est vrai, il faut dire, la minorité, on le met de côté, sur la marge.
We don't want to see the minorities. We don't want to integrate them to the community.
C'est comme
The minorities, the poor, the people for other countries.
Underdog.
The underdogs.
Surtout ça en plus.
ça va.
Et en plus, ça se passe partout aussi, même aux États-Unis, les homeless, par exemple, on les met aussi de côté, on les dénigre un petit peu.
It's the same thing in the United States. The homeless, they are put away.
It's a question of class.
Yeah, it's a question of class, and there are some classes where we agree to watch, and to see in the street, but there is others we don't want to watch them.
Et le public marocain n'a pas l'habitude de regarder ça. Par exemple, c'est simple. Donc, je vais te raconter une histoire parce que
The audience from Morocco is not used to watch this kind of stories, as Hicham said.
Parce que pourquoi? Parce que, comme on dit, après moi le déluge. C'est-à-dire c'est que les gens font comme l'autruche. C'est-à-dire c'est que il y a des problèmes. Toujours, ils ne peuvent pas aller au tabou. On laisse les choses un petit peu de côté. Même s'il y a des problèmes, on va pas les dire dans la famille pour ne pas envenimer les choses.
We don't want to talk about problems. We know they exist, but we don't want to watch them. We don't want to talk about them. We prefer to forget them. That's the way.
And why is that dangerous, or why is that not good?
Le problème au Maroc, c'est que les gens aussi mélangent la religion et tradition. C'est ça le problème.
The problem is the mixture between religion and traditions.
Ah oui, il y a des traditions qui sont ancrées depuis beaucoup de temps et c'est normal parce que on peut pas. Comment dire, c'est un pays en voie de développement. Il faut beaucoup de temps que les gens aussi digèrent ces choses-là et acceptent aussi la différence. Il faut du temps parce que parce que sinon.
Yeah, I forgot what you said. Tu parles de
Non, il faut beaucoup de temps pour que les gens, par exemple, c'est pas que le Maroc, le tiers-monde digère ces différences et les accepte.
Morocco is a country, an emergent country, like many others, and in Morocco we need time. We need time to accept, to agree, to develop the country. There's not a history as old as there is in Western countries, for example.
Et pourquoi il y a la colonisation aussi qui a fait que, à un moment donné, c'est la colonisation qui ont colonisé. Il y a les Français qui étaient au Maroc, et à un moment donné, les Français sont partis, ils ont laissé le Maroc aux mains des Marocains ou des gens qui n'étaient pas expérimentés aussi, qui veulent que le pouvoir aussi.
Yeah, 50 years ago there was still the colonization in Morocco, the French were there, and suddenly they left. So it's a really recent story for the Moroccan people to rule their own country. That's the point of Malek.
Mais on peut dire qu'il y a un espoir aussi que les mentalités changent.
But there is a hope that mentalities can change.
Ça commence un petit peu aussi à changer, c'est vrai, ça commence à que les neurones s'ouvrent.
Yeah, the minds are trying to open a few.
Mind.
And we could saw that during the Arab Spring in Morocco. It was really interesting. Yeah.
So what role does art play in that entire? What role does art play
For the opening of the mentalities?
Current situation
Yeah.
of Morocco.
Quel rôle joue l'art? Quel rôle joue l'art pour l'ouverture des mentalités?
Ah ben oui, mais l'art joue un rôle très important, mais tu sais, Tu sais, je veux dire un truc. C'est des pays comme ça, on ne donne pas une grande importance. Ça commence petit à petit, c'est normal, parce que la culture, ça fait peur aux politiciens.
We have to. Can you repeat? Tu peux répéter?
La culture,
On
ça
donne
fait
pas
peur.
beaucoup de valeur, on donne pas beaucoup de
Ouais.
valeur.
We don't give a lot of value to art in this kind of country because the history, the nowadays history of the country is just developing, just started.
Et la culture, ça fait peur aux politiciens.
So culture is, politicians are afraid of culture.
Pourquoi? Parce qu'ils ils ont peur que le peuple aussi se manifeste et renverse le pouvoir, le pouvoir aussi.
They're afraid that if people are aware with the culture, if they are getting more intelligent, they're afraid for their position, the politicians, of course.
So is that the reason why you chose that like very surreal kind of like atmosphere or sort of like energy in the movie? You sometimes can't really differentiate between reality or dreams.
Not really, because what is important for me, I'm not a politician, I'm not a journalist. What is important for me is cinema by the tools of cinema. I'm telling a story about a period and people and the region. What's important for me is being sincere in telling this story. I'm not afraid by going through the wall of taboos or what is forbidden. And I think the role of art is to push boundaries, giving some space to people to breathe, to think, to feel, to dance, to enjoy moments of life. And for me, it's there is a problem, perhaps, for our countries that we push filmmakers from the region to just do stories about misery, about beating women, or I don't know, people trying to get to Europe and with sad music. And for me, I'm from the generation who want to go to the cinema country. Cinema is a country, it's a nation, it's a language, and I'm trying to make films about this country of cinema. My child memories are also films, the films that I saw when I was young, all the films that I didn't get because they didn't arrive to Morocco, and so on. It's a mixture of that, and for me it's important just to tell story and being aware of the tools of cinema, of the what is interesting, what is modern, what is the postmodern stuff in cinema nowadays, and it's a breakup by the rule. My film wants to be shown in a great. It won't be a happening in Morocco. It won't be a big commercial success because people they don't understand this kind of film, because they always see or bad films or television, and sometimes it's the same thing.
So what is the education like in Morocco?
I don't know. I think I try if every guy, every musician, every artist try by his own tools to push the boundaries. I think if we are too many guys to make that, I think sometimes we will be an army. But now we're not an army. We're just some guys in some places trying to do something different, and perhaps it's really difficult because we don't have the fund, we don't have the support of because it's not in we are not in the moment. We are just ahead or away or in the margin. We are not in the center where everything is easy, where it's warm. We are or too cold or too hot. This film is too cold or too hot. People will love it or hate it for the same reason.
Have you shown it in Morocco already?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Not yet means you will.
Means?
You will?
We will,
Of course.
definitely.
It's really important because I am not making a film against my people. I'm making the film in front of my people. It's for me it's important to show it, but with being here in Berlinale, they give us a big opportunity to have interest in Morocco and in the region, because there is not a lot of Arab filmmakers with or Arab films in this kind of festival.
Okay, thank
And
you.
being in the bahr contest,
Teddy Award, yeah, Teddy
to the
Award.
award contest,
Teddy bear,
it's funny. It's
Yeah.
really funny.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Previous movie, I didn't want to have accurate for a movie for the reality. This is not a realist movie, so I wanted to be like some kind of dream, a weird dream or nightmare. So the black and white.
So my first question, a technical question, why black and white? What aesthetic
Pourquoi
choice
le
was
noir et
it?
blanc?
The picture is black and white because I wanted to have some dancer, a male dancer who wears women clothes and dance in the streets of Casablanca.
My name is Malek Akhmiss, main actor of The Sea is Behind.
Okay.
Okay.
My name is I am Hicham Lasri, writer and director of the Moroccan film The Sea is Behind. The film is about the tragedy of a dance kind of serial flavor to it. For me, this is a metaphor about a situation in our countries, and by countries I mean in the Arab world. And for me, it's not interesting to have it a documentary style like my previous